Hey you, before the video starts, consider dropping a like, a comment, and maybe consider subscribing. This really does help the channel grow. On to the video. Hey guys, it's Main here, backing up with another account review. Today we are looking at gkvert's account from the dashboard, looking to be a very endgame account. It's got 50,000 hours worth of candy in his stash, almost level 30 shrines, 230 dragon warrior, decent levels of the earlier statues like 271 plus. So based off this pretty endgame account, I'd say. What can we do to advise gkvert today? Let's take a look generally what he's doing right now in his characters actually. So let's select all characters, activity. So we're doing bravery, golems, bravery, golems, donuts. Okay. So progressing on Arcane cultist, I can see doing a little bit of bravery here. Got his Deathbringer and Windwalker stuck on ancient golems to collect the charred bones as well as the Aether Moon. So that's good. Okay. So I agree with all this. I think pushing bravery hours at this stage of the game is a great idea. Depends how many bravery hours you have, but pushing into the 100,000, ooh, okay. Pushing even further into like the 200,000 range, this is a fantastic idea. This allows you to stack up more bravery's bonus multi. So I don't disagree with anything that you were doing here. I completely agree with this 100% of the time. So this is a great idea. So if you're stuck kind of in the end game, you don't really know what to do, this is a great thing to do because bravery helps scale a ton of your account. For example, it helps you scale gaming bit gains, helps you scale damage to help you push more Emperor. So if you want to focus on damage, you can get the upgrades here. Bravery bonus multi scales everything like gaming bit gains and the damage, but also if you're looking to reprint, the mining efficiency is a great thing to stack up here in the bravery monument itself. The justice monument, you're at 24k hours, that's perfect, and wisdom you're at 24k, perfect as well. Doing good things there. How are your collectibles and such from the jar? I think you got everything unlocked, it seems. That's pretty rare. Good job. If you're doing bravery hours, honestly, I would do a reset. I don't really care about Rose World, honestly. I know it's good, but I would do a reset and hard focus on trying to enchant Minecraft gems so you get more monument AFK gain, because currently, yes, you're at 1209, but you could get even further to help push the bravery hours even faster. So this is definitely something you could do. So go reset your jars, do some enchants for the specifically the Minecraft gems since you have it unlocked to get more more bravery AFK. But yeah, you have all of the collectibles, so you have much versatility as you can, as is possible for the jars specifically. Aside from that, I suppose since you're on the elemental sorcerer grind, how are your talent levels? That's what I'm looking for. 400 minimum. Great. Love to see that. You're in a great spot, great position to push. My honest opinion is reset your points into Arcanist form, put only 1 point here for now. Max out Lobotomizer first so you can get more crit chance. And then I would honestly put points into Ghoulish Power to get you more accuracy. Or if you're at Donuts right now in World 4, so you have rings. Depending how much accuracy you have, you may instead want to put points into Ghastly Power. But accuracy, I imagine, is probably an issue for you in the Arcane Cultist form. Going to Tesseract. Did I say Elemental Sorcerer? I said Arcane Cultist. I think I looked at the Elemental Sorcerer. That's what I said. Arcane Cultist. Arcane Cultist. You're at Jewel of Deadly Wrath. Okay. So you're at the Donuts area. Map-wise, where have you pushed to? Haven't gotten to Big Ol' Moles yet, but you're at Cocoa Tunnels. Okay. Did I say ES? Oops, my bad. So I imagine you probably need some more. I mean, your damage is okay. Accuracy's a little okay. I mean, how much accuracy does Chalkies need? 10.4. So you have almost 100% accuracy on Chalkies. You should be able to push Chalkies into Big Ol' Worms, not Big Ol' Moles. I said that in the guide video. I think I said Big Ol' Moles a lot. Big Ol' Worms is where you want to push to. You're nearing the you're pretty close to the stat range where you want to push big ol' worms. So I would recommend highly looking at the guide that we have in Discord about the rotation you want to aim for. I go to... So this is a very interesting interpretation, but this is essentially the order. I kind of touch on this in the guide video just briefly, but this is essentially what you want to do to try to push World 4 and get past this big ol' worms area. So you want to push the crystal down here at this bottom platform in this corner here. And then what you want to do is you want to have 3 skulls going on the bottom platform, and then, you know, try and then go to these top 3 platforms, 1 skull each. So this platform right here, do 1 skull, this platform, do 1 skull, go back down to the bottom platform and drop 3. So drop 3 skulls here. There's 2, there's 3, go back up to this platform, drop 1. You want to skip this this guy right here, the single worm. Drop another one right there. Drop another one right there. I don't think I dropped this one. Perfect. Go back down to the bottom. Drop 3. 1, 2, 3. Go up to this platform. Drop 1. Come on. This platform. Drop 1. This platform. Drop 1. And this platform. Drop 3. You want to keep doing that endlessly until you get near the end of the crystal. This has some RNG to it, so you might be here for a few minutes, couple dozen minutes maybe. Depends how lucky you are. But this is how you get past the big ol' worms area. You need 400 talents. You need as high energy backup energy you can get. Honestly, aiming for around 157-ish arcane, where is it? Arcane charging is roughly what you need to push big ol' worms. The damage, I think it was around 500k to push past this. Accuracy, I was at 100%, so you want to farm out more accuracy rings potentially. Crit chance, I've seen people with roughly 70% crit chance get past here. The attack speed isn't that big of an issue, to be completely honest with you, so it's not something you want to like hard focus, hard push, for example, but it wouldn't hurt. But that's generally what you need to push big ol' worms. You need to be very active on it in the entire duration that you're doing it, so be mindful. But again, this is the rotation you want to do. Your stats are around where you want to aim for, so you can definitely do it. Just remember, 3 skulls on the bottom platform, go back up to these top 3 platforms, drop 1 skull each. That's essentially what you want to do to try to progress it. So you should be able, or at least you're near the ability to do big ol' worms. I remind, big ol' worms, not big ol' moles. That's what you should do and try to push this. Also, Toolbox has a great resource for you to use and what you should do for trying to like optimize your upgrades. So if you're trying to push the next upgrade in the Tesseract, you want to use this page to help tell you what you need to upgrade. It'll tell you the cheapest, most cost-efficient upgrade. You can choose only affordable upgrades, and it'll tell you just generally what the cheapest is. I think the general issue with this is it doesn't take into account your hourly rates, or at least it doesn't seem to. So you could, this could be slightly wrong, similar to how IE was for the Grimoire, for example. I recommend using Scrolly's auto Deathbringer sheet, the bone sheet for that, if you're doing Deathbringer progression, for example. But this is perfectly fine for Toolbox. You can just see what your cheapest upgrade is and just kind of gauge for yourself whether or not this is best for you, for example. Because if you're pushing into like 30, 40, 50 million of the purple tachyons, but you're only getting like 100 mil an hour, it may not be worth it for you. If you get like 20 million of green tachyons, because you can get more upgrades out of this than you could the purple tachyons, for example. So just use your brain a little bit, kind of understand what your rates are, and just kind of take that into consideration when you look at the upgrade optimizer. It doesn't seem to take into effect your hourly rates on these, and those are obviously going to be very variable for different people. So just keep that in mind as you're upgrading this, but this is a great tool to reference for seeing what you need to upgrade the Tesseract to push the next upgrade. So this is something you could use in that. But in terms of Elemental Sorcerer, Arcane Cultist progression, I think you are nearing, or at least able to push big ol' worms. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of active time and attention for you to do. Once you push past big ol' worms, Clammies is the best purple tachyon farm in World 4. So this is a great one to push and farm purple tachyon so you get more upgrades. Flambeige eventually becomes the best red tachyon farm. And then when you get to World 5, the Sugmas are the best brown tachyon farming spot, and gelatinous cuboids remain the best green tachyon farm. So those are generally where you want to farm kind of in the end game. So once you push past that big ol' worms lock. You're probably going to be a little bit locked behind Octodars for just a little bit of time. Same with Flambeige. It just takes a little bit of damage, so you need to stack up damage. You need to go back and upgrade your Tesseract, go back and upgrade your accuracy, upgrade your damage, make sure you have 100% hit chance, and you should be able to push past these within another day or two of a little bit of farming, stacking up the damage, stacking up the accuracy and such. So it just takes a little bit of time, but you are near the point where you can get into Sugmas, get into World 5, and start, you're essentially at the end game for Arcane Cultist at this time, because right now it's just not feasible to get past Sugmas where we are right now, which just takes, currently we think it's possible if we hit like 130 arcane charging, but considering it already takes billions of tachyons to get there, it's just not happening in our lifetime. So unless there's some change to World 5, we're not going to progress much farther, because as I mentioned in the guide video, the kill requirement goes from 70 in World 4 to 170, and the seconds goes from 180 to 160. So it's just a steep curve that we're just not able to pass right now, and we don't know if it's passable. So good luck trying to farm it. If you want to be one of the people who helps farm it, good luck. It's going to take a lot of effort for you, but that's generally where we are in Arcane Cultist, not Elemental Sorcerer. In Arcane Cultist progression, you are pretty much at the best spots, or almost at the best spots for each of the tachyons. Just a little bit more progression is where you need to go. Additionally, if you want more tachyon gain, the Emperor is something you could do. Depends how much damage you have and showdown you're at. You're at 73 right now. So for Arcane Cultist, you could try to get to 83, but you're going to need like E27 or almost E28 damage to get here. I think when I was able to get to Emperor Showdown 83, my DK was at 6.7 E27 damage. I was able to do it at that point. I don't know if you're there, but if you min-max your damage and get a bunch of golden kebabs, Cult Seeker bullets, FMJ bullets, base damage pots, weapon power, the midnight cookie chip, the stat, all that stuff together might help you push 83. But if you're not at the E27 damage, if you haven't doubled Power of Tri-1, for example, or doubled Molt Orange, Permagreen, not Permagreen, sorry, Warrior's Rule, the Roid Ragin, those bubbles might be a little bit difficult for you to push much high level of Emperor. But yeah, I see you've gotten Power of Tri-1. It's pretty good. And the rest of the bubbles I see here, I do agree with everything that you've done, maybe except the green cauldron. Green cauldron kind of sucks just generally, but overall good Prisma bubbles I see. If you do find yourself getting another Prisma bubble, my recommendation is do Diamond Chef. Yes, it's probably useless for you right now because you were able to hit 110 meals, or probably close to, with no meal left behind. But given that World 7 is going to be around the corner in 4 months, it may be worth considering doing Prisma bubble on it so you can get that giant increase in meal cooking speed. Because remember that Diamond Chef doesn't scale like you would expect when you Prisma bubble it. It actually doubles the actual number as opposed to what the bonus increases by when you level it up. So you could potentially get, like, I mean, for me, it was like an E30 increase in meal cooking speed, which is insane. Like, it's almost on par with Blood Marrow in terms of meal cooking speed. Stamps, always something good to mention. You have the great ones. Seems like you have most of the great ones doubled. You have Crystalline, Mason Jar, Golden Apple, Potion Stamp, Vendor Stamp, Divinity, Multi-Tool Summoner, some of the Carry Capacity and Drippy Drop, and you have Drop 6. All those are not bad. And you have Refinery and Atoms. These are great ones. I don't know if you actually have 2 more Exalta stamps to do. I would honestly consider doing the Carry Capacity for mining and chopping, because you can candy click on those in particular, so you can progress pretty far on those particular bubbles. If you were to candy click, you can get a bunch higher levels into the stat bubbles, for example, to help you push more kill per kill, more money percent, more damage, specifically for Emperor Showdown if you were to candy click on the stat bubbles. Definitely a great combination with Power of Tri-1, since you've doubled that as well. Owl, you're at 20. That's better than me. It's a great job. Kangaroo, I think you're also better than me here. You're at 12. That is fantastic. Vials, I see a bunch of them are done. Level 13. You should definitely get Perler Shell up to level 13. Just kidding. Although it's not easy to do it at all. It's not possible right now. But with Arcane Cultist, if you are able to get to Clammies, make sure to max out the drop rate and multiplier for AFK gains. So those crystals, those are great ones to farm. Also, because Clammies double dips as a great purple tachyon farm, it is a great spot to farm out both the drop rate and AFK gain. And because it drops the Perler Salt, or rather the Perler Shells, it is a fantastic one to farm out for those crystals as well as the purple tachyons, and also so you can push the vial up even further. Honestly, getting it to level 9, level 10 Perler Seltzer vial is not that unrealistic now with how much we can scale the drop rate and the AFK gains on that map in particular. So you would be able to push this vial to a higher level, not necessarily 13 because it's a little unrealistic, but it is possible to get this higher so you can get more all stat, which means more damage on your DK for pushing Emperor stats, for example, or skilling efficiency for any of your characters because they all use all stat. Dreadnought vial, this is something you could get to level 13. So yeah, take that for what you will if that's a challenge you want to undertake. I mean, it seems like you've pushed these vials relatively far, and then you're trying to get them equally at level 13. You could just hard focus one to get to 13 first, up to you, but it seems like you're already on that slow grind anyways. And if I look at your forge, never mind, I guess not. I don't know. Sigils are maxed, good. Arcane shop, you have the extra tachyons, I'm jealous. Okay, good. Okay, good. So when it comes to Kilroy, we have a few different philosophies when it comes to Kilroy. You could... So ideally, you want to upgrade these in a 3-to-2 ratio, the timer and the skulls. To be optimal, you upgrade 3 points into timer, then 2 points into skull. However, once you hit this point of the timer, people find it kind of annoying to deal with Kilroy because it takes like a very long time and it will keep scaling if you put points into timer. So what I did is I got timer up to 200 seconds, like plus 200, and then I'm just now putting the rest of my points into skull. Now I've gotten my faster respawn up to level 100. There's some debate whether or not it actually works or if it's worth it, to be honest. So up to you if you want to put the extra 40 points to faster respawn, but I would highly recommend just putting a bunch more points into skull. Yes, it'd be inoptimal technically, but if you want to have more time in Kilroy, you can follow that 3-to-2 rule. I personally don't want to spend more time in Kilroy than I already am, so I'm just going to pump probably more of a 1-to-1 ratio into timer and skull, just as personal preference, because I don't want to be stuck in Kilroy for 10 minutes every single character rotation. Then I reset and it's a full hour of Kilroy if I were to do that, honestly, at this point, or it would be nearing that. So up to you if you want to do that and keep pushing the timer. I'm just going to keep pushing skulls, and then what to actually spend it on. Obviously, I do arcade balls. That's how I get my surplus of arcade balls, and I get 2k to 3k every single week, just because I juice out Kilroy and spend a bunch of time in that. Weekly boss. So when this video drops, it's going to be probably on Wednesday, if not later in the week. So that means the weekly boss is going to reset that day. But for you right now, you obviously don't focus on that. This weekly boss right here, it has silver stopwatches. Wait, hold on. That's kind of crazy. I wouldn't spend it. But from the weekly boss rotation spreadsheet, we know this boss in particular is going to give us 14 trophies every single time we do the bonus reset. So this is a fantastic time to use golden stopwatches. So if you ever had an opportunity or reason to do golden stopwatches, the unit T31 battle that we have on July 2nd is the best day to do it, because every single day that you reset, you can go back to the weekly boss battle and you can get 14 trophies. So you essentially can get half of a golden stopwatch back for every golden stopwatch you use. So keep that in mind. And if you're wondering what the weekly boss battle is, our Discord, for example, has, do this off screen so don't leak any special documents or anything. There is a spreadsheet for the weekly boss rotation that I use as reference, and this is it. I post these in our Discord in a separate section. So you can look at the Discord for that, or you can look at the spreadsheet, up to you. But this is the battle rotation you need. Your character is going to need a high level of divinity, ram kills, lab kills, but this is a very long battle list. But like I said, it gives you 14 trophies every time you use it, so it is completely worth it if you are going to use golden stopwatches, and it's a great time to do so. Okay, as we talk about DK damage, holy shit, okay. I'm very surprised that you are not further in Emperor than you are right now, with a 11,000 level Redox Salt Man. Holy moly. Dude, I'm almost certain you have more DK damage than me. What? Okay. I want to see you at like 85 showdown, like minimum. 86 if you can, honestly. Because, I mean, you're missing out on like summoner win bonus, for example. You're missing out on more drop rate. You're missing out on gaming bit gain. So you can get, I mean, I'm assuming, surely, he doesn't have, okay. Okay. If you want to I mean, I take it you're the type of man who doesn't back down from a challenge. So get to 24 sprouts in gaming, because that is possible. For those of you who don't know, gaming has a cap of the sprouts you can get at 24. Right now I'm at 21, so I'm close to it. But this upgrade right here caps at 9.99 trillion. So you can actually keep on gaming until you get 4 extra sprouts, and you can't buy any more than 24. So you can buy each at 9.99 trillion, which gkvert, you are pretty close to. You're at 1.2 trillion purple bits, which means you are relatively close to 24. You have a 1.6 billion nugget. You have, I assume, level 20. Ooh, you don't have 25 snail. Oh, that feels bad. That's why. That's why. That's why. But you do have the logbook. You do have the logbook. So if you were to get more gaming bit multiplier from the Bravery monument from Emperor, it's more feasible if it's to do that. So doing some Emperor Showdown will help you on this grind to 24 sprouts. So this is something I would recommend doing. Not that it gives you any immediate bonus, but gaming is almost certainly at some point in the future, in the coming months or years, going to get an update, and it's going to get expanded upon. So it'd be great to kind of prep for it and, you know, get yourself in a good position to be able to push that gaming update. You know, everything you do at this point in your account is just immense prep. So you should absolutely get on that grind and start prepping for those future updates. And this is a great thing to do to get to 24. I mean, you already did the 72 out of 72 logbook. I assume this is a goal that you're trying to aim for since you're already at 1.2 trillion bits. Going for that 24 out of 24 is definitely something you can do. Divinity, this is also something to keep in the back of your mind. Trying to go for plus 19, hell, even plus 20 talents is something that is more feasible now than it was in the past. If I look at your character's skills, for example, you're at 434 lab, 221 divinity. So that means I think 244 divinity is what you want to aim for the plus 19 talents. And then 344 divinity or so is what you want to aim for the plus 20 talents. Now, plus 20 is a little unrealistic. I don't expect anyone to go for it, but it's something you could do. That being said, it's going to take probably weeks to months for you to be able to do that or get anywhere close to 344, but it is something to keep in the back of your mind as something that is possible. Especially if, you know, in the age where Arcane Cultist takes so much talents to push effectively, getting to 450 talents is more realistic now with the Arcane Cultist update than it was in the past. Because right now, I'm at 444. With a little bit more pushing on endless summoning, I could get to 445 with plus 1 div level. That's 446 with another 120 levels of elemental sorcerer. With the justice monument is not that unrealistic. I could get an extra plus 1 level for 447 with more endless summoning pushing, more tedious endless summoning pushing. I could get to 448 and 449, and at that point it's just, I guess, more endless summoning pushing. So I mean, it's a little difficult at that point, but I guess it's possible. So 450 is a pipe dream, but you may as well try to aim for it. Also, if you want to try to get the extra Windwalker dust, you could try to legitimately obtain it in the jewels rotation. You're going to need 10,000 of these spices, which I can't remember. This is bamboo forest or so. It's around there. It's one of the world's 6 spices. I actually don't know if this is realistic to obtain, but I've set my breeding for this. So I went to World 4 Town. I reoriented my spices so I could try to get this. Here we go. So I have Bedum right here. I have a Targeter right here. Miasma, Squirrel, Burger. Oh, actually, I could get a Forager up here. I'm trolling, actually. There we go. So I mean, I actually don't know if I have 10k bamboo or not. But it is possible to buy the jewel when it comes in rotation. I actually don't know if I have the spices for it or not. I might. I don't know. That's my spice setup. So it's possible. I mean, it's something you could aim for. I mean, with how endgame you are, I mean, I suppose it's possible. You're gonna need a bunch of pet power to be able to do that, but it maybe is something you want to do. You 10k out of 122k. What? I mean, you might actually have it. I don't know. Hold on. Now I want to check my toolbox. I want to see if I have it, because when I hovered over it, it didn't tell me how many spices I have. Oh, I have it. GG, easy. Now I just need dark lanterns. Oh my god. Okay. I gotta go on the dark lantern grind. It seems like you have the spices for this, actually. And you have the lanterns. Do I have the lanterns? I have the lanterns. Wait, really? I have the lanterns? I thought I ate them all. Oh my god, I do have the lanterns. Wait, hold on. I can get the jewel. Easy. Easy, dude. I guess it kind of tells you if you have it or not. When's the Arcane cultist one? Hold on. Eternal energy. Is that the one? Oh, it's similar. It's on July 23rd. Wait, what? Okay. So you are prepped for this spice, for this jewel too. Remember to check your jewel rotation if you're an end gamer, so you can actually buy these. Now, we assume that we can buy these. There's no reason, I don't think, why we can't, but it is possible. It is possible, apparently. So look out next week to see if we can buy the North Winds jewel. Normally, this is obtainable in the Arcane cultist Tesseract. But yeah. I don't even know why I'm looking at Rift, to be honest with you. Right, checking my texts from my wife. You're good. He'll probably remove them. Yeah, to be honest, I think it might have been an oversight, but I guess it might be possible, especially now that this video is releasing next week on Wednesday. It's entirely possible he might hotfix it. But I mean, I guess similar to the World 6 Emporium jewels, I mean, they're available, but I mean, he had to have included, it had to have been purposeful. Like, there's no reason they'd be in rotation if you didn't code the resources to buy them, right? So why would we assume it's an exploit? It should be, anyways. It should be possible, and I think it's actually legitimate to buy them. But as for if you're able to buy them, that I don't know. But I mean, that would help with Arcane Cultist and getting more tachyons in like 2-3 weeks when that comes out, and it would also help with Woodwalker and getting more dust percent. So if it is possible to get them, you want to look out for it next week. Or as this video drops today, I guess. Later today. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Hole, we kind of looked at, not really. Do I recommend a reset here? Yes. Yes, I would. A lot of that's gone into villager EXP. It's kind of sad. I would do a reset here for more lamp wishes, because why not? Or Rupee chance or bucket fill rate, whatever you're looking for. But lamp wishes is generally what I aim for, and trying to get like 3k plus of this, maybe even 4k plus. Depends what your studier is right now. How is your bell? You're at 23. Yeah, I mean, in 13 hours or so, you could reset and try to go for more lamp wishes. Slab at 1651, so pretty far. Ooh, have you not bought the rocks and talked to Slab? Oh, I guess if you're... Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Okay. Not that big into gem shop stuff, it seems. Unfortunately, no Emperor wings. That sucks. Farming. How's the farming coming along? You're at the very tail end of farming, I see. wish I could see how many. 228. You're almost at 230. Holy shit! Like I said, I think this is to be expected. We kind of anticipated that farming was able to be completed, especially with the advent of the Emperor boss. With the farming cost reduction, farming got kind of giga juice, and you're nearing that 230. Just keep up on your daily, or twice daily resets. You're very close to that 230, and that's a very big breakpoint for your account. So good job, man. You're almost there at the end. Keep on keeping on. Sneaking. Have you gotten all of the pristine charms? Yes, you have. Suppose you've gotten 100k and you are at mastery 5. Perfect. So you are done with sneaking as we foresee. How's your character levels? 885, 884. Yep, it's roughly good. I mean, you've beaten sneaking essentially. Summoning, you're at 154. That's pretty good. The next big one is going to be the Equinox max level at 165. So it's going to take time, and then 171. Where's the next Equinox after that? 179 is going to give you +2. So, I mean, if we can hit 179 summoning, then 450 talents are possible. Because this is +2, and then the earlier +2, so it's 4. So, I mean, where am I at? So I'm at 154 as well. I don't know if we're like hard lock summoning or not. So 1, 2, 4. So that'd be 448. I mean, 450 is possible, I guess. It just depends how hard these battles are. It's probably going to take like a few weeks worth of double or reset on essence generation, and then focusing that into damage and trying to push as far as we can into endless summoning so we get more damage, more essence gen, all that stuff. But I think 450 talents is possible, so that's maybe something you want to try to undertake and test yourself. I think your goal, especially with Arcane Cultist, is really, really hard focus all the sources of minimum talent levels that are available in the game. So looking at Equinox, looking at your family bonus from Elemental Sorcerer, getting another. What level are your Elemental Sorcerers? 650, 650. So you're missing the 719 breakpoint for the +1, and then I think it's 850 or so around there for the other +1. I mean, I suppose Grimoire might be the other thing you're missing. Yeah, you're missing 4 from Skull of Major Talent here. That's relatively easy. So you're missing 5 from Elemental Sorcerer, 1 from Elemental Sorcerer, 4 from Deathbringer. What else? Symbols of Beyond. Have you booked? You haven't booked Symbols of Beyond, so you're missing +1 here. So that's 6 total. That gets you 441. How are you missing the 3 then than I have? I guess just God bonus then. You're missing +1. And then maybe Symbols of Beyond, potentially. Oh yeah, you're missing 2 here. Okay, so that tracks. So you're missing Elemental Sorcerer. You're missing Deathbringer. You're missing Symbols of Beyond, booked to 301. You're missing Divinity ranks for +19. I think it was it. I think that's all I mentioned. And then Equinox symbols for +2. So you're missing all of those to get you to 444. So 444 is obtainable for you right now. Just takes a little bit of grinding. So you could pioneer and try to push endless summoning to get to 450. 450 would be a big, huge push for Arcane Cultist, because 450 unlocks a +1 crystal mob and unlocks a -1 to arcane charging. So it would really help push Arcane Cultist, and it'll lower the threshold for Sugmas, but still probably is not possible right now for us. So with probably another few months, I think 450 might be obtainable, especially with spoiler. Later upgrading the Tesseract for another +5 minimum talent levels, like very, very deep into it, which I don't think is possible right now. But we could get more minimum talent levels here from Arcane Cultist. I think it's like very, very deep. Oh yeah, never mind. It's like, no, we can't even buy it. Never mind. Forget I even said anything. Okay, yeah. So gkvert, I think the best thing for you to do right now is just, again, more DK pushing to get more showdown completion for your Emperor. I think you need to do a little bit of gaming progression to get to 24 sprouts. As always, the statue farming for Dragon Warrior is a great one to focus on. Spending your candies, getting your shrines up to level 30, doing more Deathbringer bone farming, trying to get those the missing 7-8 talent levels you're missing or so, from Grimoire, from Elemental Sorcerer levels, from Symbols Beyond, all that stuff to help you get higher and better bonuses from your master classes and such. So I wish you the best of luck, gkvert. Thank you so much for the account. It's a very, very endgame account, but glad to talk about the very minute things such as the talent levels, because I love talking about talent levels and I love Divinity. Anyways, gkvert, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, I just want to say as a last thing, thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers and YouTube channel members. You guys really help the channel grow and really motivate me to continue making videos. If you guys do also want to support me on YouTube, it's just $1 a month for a channel subscription at the lowest tier. You can choose to give more if you want. Just want to say that. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate your support. Have a great day. Bye.